Hey, there we are. All right, what's going on, everybody? It's Friday night. It's fucking action movie night. I don't know about you. It's been a while since I watched this movie. Tonight, we this made me fucking sick to my stomach when I read this. We are watching 1991's, aka 33 years ago, Showdown in Little Tokyo.
Yes, not Big Trouble in Little Tokyo.
Yeah.
Not Showdown in Little China.
It is the opposite end of that spectrum, yeah.
It's the Dylan McDermott to the Dermot Mulrooney of this movie. That movie.
Exactly, yeah. The Bill Paxton to the other one's Bill Pullman, yeah.
I never mistook those two together.
They're generic white guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything generic about either one of those fellas.
I mean, acting wise, of course, there isn't, but fucking, like looks wise, they're just two.
Couple of handsome devils, you know?
Couple of ordinary white dudes.
Extraordinary white dudes. I mean, if there was a club of white dudes, I would want those two white dudes to be the dragons, the grand dragons of a club of extraordinary white dudes. I'm just saying.
They would have the red outfits is what you're saying, as opposed to the white ones. Yeah, all right, yeah, gotcha.
Yeah. Maybe they'd get a special hat.
We made it 2 minutes in, folks. 2 minutes in before we went off the rails. No, I was saying it's been a long ass time since I have seen this movie. I just remember it being one of the fucking better action movies of this time. I remember always liking it, having a liking for it.
It deserved a theatrical release.
Yeah. This was a Thursday Night Prime movie.
Yeah.
If you've been tuning into our episodes, Thursday Night Prime is when HBO rolled out the best quote unquote best action movies,
Best genre.
Yeah.
Flicks.
The
this
most
was the Pulp Fiction of the early 90s.
Yeah.
I don't mean the movie Pulp Fiction, but just the actual fiction.
Yeah,
of
the actual
Pulp,
the magazine type story.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I gotcha. Pardon me. This was good timing though, because we can already go on our first sidetrack. I don't know if you watched that trailer for The Crow that came out this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like Joker from the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
In The Crow.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Leto Joker.
I forget who had said this, but they were just saying it's just Pete Davidson as The Crow, basically. Yeah.
He's gonna laugh during every scene because he's too cool to be there.
Yeah, exactly. He's gonna go back home to he lives with his mom in the basement.
In a basement. I know I'm getting revenge and stuff, but
ooh, heads up. Yeah, I don't and it's not just I'm one of these reactionary no, never I don't never need to see a remake. You can remake that movie,
it was more of a more of a cultural thing at the time.
Yeah,
because it's not that great of a movie.
Yeah, and they're trying to tap into the culture now, and it's not that great of a culture.
No, it was all about the style and the music. The soundtrack was just as big as the movie was back then. Yeah,
that soundtrack was huge.
Yeah, I think that was the thing that really boosted Stone Temple Pilots, wasn't it?
That was what's that song? Big Empty was that was on that soundtrack. That was huge for them.
That's what really put them in the spotlight. I think.
Rage Against the Machine was on that.
Yeah, Henry Rollins was on it.
9 Inch Nails.
Cure.
Yeah,
I had that on tape.
Yeah, I still have the tape in that other room over there. Yeah.
More about that. I mean, every guy you knew went as the Crow for Halloween for 3 or 4 years after that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. It was the Deadpool of the time, basically.
Yeah. And it had a lot of cool elements to it, but Brandon Lee, I don't want to speak ill of the dead, but he's not that great of an actor. He's more of a personality.
Yeah, I could see that. He didn't, he only did 3 or 4 movies, and one of them is one of the the ones you can always get in a bargain bin, even back when it was new. Exactly, that's the one I'm thinking of. That had his picture from Rapid Fire on the cover.
And Rapid Fire is bad. I loved it as a kid.
Yeah.
As an adult, it's not
a good movie.
Yeah. And even in Showdown, he's kind of a bro. He just plays like a bro character.
Yeah, he's like the goofy,
I'm from
like
California, and I'm a bro. You know?
Yeah, he's like the comic relief of this. Like,
Yeah, he is the comic relief.
Yeah.
Dolph Lundgren, the Swede, is the representative of Asian culture in the movie with Bruce Lee's son.
Yeah.
Let that sink in.
Just for a moment.
Yeah.
And like, physically he's in great shape, but like there's a couple of times in this movie where it just looks like Frankenstein's trying to do karate. Yeah.
Well, I like the fact that they actually gave him the name of an action figure brand. His name is Kenner.
Yeah.
You know?
Kenner, Mattel, in my office now.
Like, He-Man, get over here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that was the model, you know? We just want an action figure for the lead role.
Oh, shit, we forgot to tell everybody we're starting the movie.
Well.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a watch-along. We're right now, hold on, we'll give a time cue right now. We're exactly 5 minutes and 23 seconds into the movie. It is the gunfight where where Shredder's second in command from Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, I noticed that too. He gets it with the golf club.
Yeah.
They all dress in zoot suits and they drive Boys in the Hood cars.
I think, if I am not mistaken, in Ninja Turtles, his name was Sato.
Really?
And in this movie, his name, I think, is also Sato. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, save. That was only a little bit of beer. Only a little bit, guys. We're good. I know Art's watching.
That's an often used name in movies because it's also Mr. Miyagi's former rival and friend in Karate Kid 2.
The, like, older businessman.
Sato, yeah.
Yeah. That is true.
Yeah, I wonder if that's,
just spread that out.
Stan over there. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe they only have like 3 or 4 names. Like, you're Sato's, like, you guys are Kenji's, There's not a whole lot of names. Nobody knows that about Japan. It's all about the last name.
Millions of last names. 4 first names.
And, like, one of them's Doug. Yeah.
Doug.
Yeah.
Doug Sato.
Yeah. Hi, Doug. Doug Nakamura.
Hi, Doug Nakamura. Samurai.
Yeah, and the other thing about this movie, it's without the credits, 75 minutes long.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's the perfect length.
It is an episode of prestige television long, basically.
Yeah, it's the length of Kenner's dick in this movie because there is mention of it in the movie, although we're denied seeing it.
Yeah.
And
we're bringing this up for the first time. There's a lot of like homoerotic undertone in this, like between the two of them. And then like at one point, I mean, like he says this to him while like, Brandon Lee says this to Dolph Lundgren while Dolph Lundgren is wearing nothing but like 80s NBA shorts.
He's got little boy shorts on.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't mean like a little boy would wear them, but like when a girl wears boy shorts.
Yeah, like the BOI shorts.
Their butt hangs out the bottom,
It says juicy on the back of Dolph's ass.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, like he says to him, you have the biggest dick I've ever seen on a man.
Yeah.
Like,
as they're about to kill some dudes.
Yeah.
He's about to penetrate some people with their bullets and swords and whatnot. In Dolph Lundgren's Asian dojo.
Yeah.
That's
the other thing. Like, oh man, like I get, he's stressing that he was raised in Japan, like he's experienced in the culture and all that. Maybe we like tone it down a little bit.
Just a little bit. You mean wearing a gi to work isn't cool?
Yeah, I was just specifically in the end, like he looks ridiculous. Like him and Brandon Lee, like, jump out of like this Jeep or whatever. Then when they they drive up to the place and like he's dressed like a fucking samurai on vacation, basically.
He's dressed like Quick Kick from G.I. Joe. He's got no shirt on, no shoes.
He's wearing like a sleeveless kimono.
Yep.
Yeah.
A headband. Even his leather jacket has the rising sun on it.
Yeah. Also, his pants are like strip club pants.
Well, he's got to have leg rooms for when he does his kicks.
Yeah, they're like velvet though. Like when you see him.
Yeah.
This is like a scene where he looks like Frankenstein, where he ducks behind the table.
Oh yeah.
Just all awkward and gangly, like.
Yeah. Yeah. Later on, he tells Tia Carrere that she's not going to be able to hear him coming, and I remember laughing to myself, thinking, "Really?
And then she does say later on, "I heard you come," or something like that.
After they bang.
Yeah, like oh my
Ho,
God.
ho, ho.
That's oh man. I mean, like the absurdity aside, or maybe like because of the absurdity, I really enjoyed this movie while I was watching it.
I did too. Even with like some of the poor script writing, you know, like meeting your partner at the tea house. Like Brandon Lee tells Dolph that the captain sent him there to meet his new partner. Like, why the hell would he send you to some tea house to meet your new partner? Why wouldn't you do it at the station?
At the station, yeah,
You know?
yeah. I arranged a lunch for you two.
Yeah.
It's gonna be romantic. It's just strip club pants. They look like they're like velour or whatever.
Strip club because he would wear them to a strip club, or because a stripper would have to wear them?
Like the pants he would wear to a strip club, like the thin material.
See,
like
I thought you meant that they were strip club pants because there's room in his crotch for him to do like kicks and stuff.
a little bit of both.
You know,
a little bit of
because
both.
He's a dancer.
Yeah.
He's always wanted to be a Vegas dancer.
Yeah, but you didn't know that about him.
It's Andrew McCarthy. Looks just like him though, doesn't he? I'm pretty sure they put a beard and a mustache on him for like 3 more scenes. That guy.
Yeah. Let's see. This is where they're interrogating this dude who ends up breaking his own neck.
Yeah, and you know what baffles me about this scene is the use of ceiling tiles on the wall. They tiled the wall with ceiling tiles.
Yeah. It's not even like they're supposed to be like acoustic tiles. No, they're like those like fake, like not stucco, but like, you know, it's supposed to look like it's like textured fucking ceiling, like drop ceiling tiles.
It's drop ceiling tiles.
Yeah. Just like stapled to the wall.
I think this is probably some sort of college music rehearsal room that they're shooting in.
Probably.
You know, like why would they have them? They're so filthy too. Look how yellow they all are.
These are from the apartment of a smoker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't do that to Andrew McCarthy.
Yeah.
He's gonna start in Weekend at Sado's after this.
Which Sato?
Doug.
Yeah. But yeah, we were saying like Brandon Lee's acting ability, like not top notch.
Yeah, he's just going on just like,
hey.
I'm gonna grin and I'm gonna say some joke that's not really like apropos and it's not funny, but you know.
Yeah. Just kind of like smarmy and like just kind of annoying.
Like at the end when he kills Sato and he says, "You have the right to be dead," you know.
There is just some absurd shit in this movie. Hey, we're gonna bust these guys, and then we're gonna go eat fish off those naked chicks.
Yeah, I've been searching for that restaurant since I've seen this movie.
We've talked about this.
Yeah,
like,
where the hell is that restaurant?
there's one near Times Square where apparently we Googled it at the
it
time.
up.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I thought you started.
No,
to lose
it's
your
non-liquid this time.
beer again.
Yeah.
This guy does his own chiropractic.
They keep like coming upon people who are about to commit ritual suicide.
Yeah,
That happens like 2 or 3
seppuku scenes in this movie. and Kenner, Dolph here,
Yeah.
is the only guy in the entire Asian task force who even knows what it is.
Yeah.
Bruce Lee's like, what is he doing?
Oh, hold on. It's ritual suicide.
Yeah. This guy made me think that this movie takes place in the same universe as Hard to Kill.
All right.
He also plays some sort of like superior police officer in that movie.
Okay.
You know, at the end of Hard to Kill, Seagal's about to kill William Sadler there.
Who is in fact hard to kill, yeah.
Yeah. And like the cops come in and that guy is like, "Hey, come on, man. We got the evidence. We know you're innocent." You know?
Yeah.
Come on, you're innocent, you know? And the music in that movie is almost identical to the music in this one, except for the racist Asian like little accents that, you know, dun 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 dun.
There was a couple of musical cues that I know I've heard before in other movies. There's one I specifically...
You're probably thinking of the music from Black Rain, because this sounds exactly like the music from Black Rain.
Yeah, which is like another like around that same time, like West Coast, like Asian influenced, like like thriller, I guess.
Yep.
Like,
They both have scenes with chopping off a finger and giving it to a Yakuza boss.
Yeah.
They
People
must
get their
just
heads
have
chopped off in both of them.
Drawers of fingers, Yakuza bosses, Tattoos and fingers. That's all they want anything to do with.
Oh, put that with the rest of the fingers in the finger drawer. Yeah.
I can show them next time we have a tattoo party.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of naked parties going on in this universe as well.
Well, this is, even though this is 91, this is still, I feel it's still an 80s movie. It's a product of the 80s.
Yeah.
So all parties must have some topless women.
Yeah. It's, by law, I think.
Yeah. I mean, still the reason why, I go to a party to this day and I go where are all the topless women.
Sir, it's not 1989 anymore.
Where all the naked women.
You have to pay to get special access to that now. Yeah.
That guy in the Hawaiian shirt is my favorite. I just want to say.
Is that the dude who gets stabbed in the bathhouse?
In the bathhouse, yeah. Yeah, he's got a gruesome death.
Who comes like swimming out of nowhere like the shark in Thunderball, like swimming through this underground tunnel.
He's a death that the cops would have no way to explain in any justifiable way.
Yeah.
After he's gutted with a mini sword, and then he like sticks like a water cannon in his mouth.
Yeah, and he's just sitting in boiling water for who knows how long. Yeah.
This guy is such a great actor. I don't know his name. It's Carrie. Something. Hariaka or something.
It is like we have an internet movie database at our disposal.
This guy's like an
Carrie Hiroyuki Tagawa.
Hiroyuki Tagawa, yeah. He's like an unsung hero. That guy is a bad guy in so many movies.
He's Shang Tsung in the first Mortal Kombat movie.
He was a gorilla in Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes. He was actually really good in that.
All right.
He's the one that like betrayed the gorillas to help the humans.
Okay.
He's got like really expressive eyes,
He was a role on DuckTales, the newer reboot. Which had a ton of awesome voice
Paul
actors.
Tompkins is in that.
Yeah.
He was on the new Amazon show, the PKD, the Philip K. Dick one, Man in the High Castle.
Oh, yeah. I watched like the first season of that, and it was good. And then like by the time the second season came out, I was just like,
yeah,
I'm good.
You should go back and check it out. It's good.
Yeah.
We're talking over titties here.
Talking over titties.
Talking over titties. About to see a rubber head get cut off.
Yeah. Another great musical cue later on is when Dolph Lundgren and Tia Carrere are having sex, and it's like the cheesiest, like most stereotypical, softcore porn music.
Oh, I just wanted to point out that Will's mom from Fresh Prince is on the police force here, and it's no wonder why she can't take care of Will. See all the shit she's seen.
Yeah.
The only way the music could have been more, like racistly Asian is if it had gone at one point.
Gong! That's the only way.
They should have played that at the end of the sex scene.
She would have heard him coming. Like that's the actual sound of it. Yeah.
He would have looked at the camera like Benny Hill, made an
like with
exaggerated face. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, Red Dragon beer. And then in the end, when the one guy, I think, is it Sato who gets dropped into the vat of beer?
Oh, yeah, it's a 1 in a million shot. Too.
Yeah, and Brandon Lee throws the lighter into a vat of beer, which is like 4 or 5% alcohol, and the whole factory explodes in this giant.
Well, that's heroin beer.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Because when they go in the factory at the end, they walk in the front door, and there is a group of drug dealers all being given a tour. And there's a giant conveyor belt. It's a giant conveyor belt the size of a football field covered in crack. Yeah, that's right. I do remember that. And it's not that long either. No. It's maybe like 10 or 15 feet long. Yeah, but it's very wide.
But it's it's almost I think it is as wide as it is long.
Yeah.
So
it's the first thing you see when you walk in the factory.
It's
You would think they would put that like a couple rooms back.
It's the showstopper, you know. Everybody wants to look at that first, you know.
Come for the beer, stay for the crack.
It's literally just like 10 guys just like dumping a bucket onto one end of the conveyor belt, walking around, collecting it when it falls in, and then walking back around.
There's not a lot involved in sorting crack.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, when he cuts the rubber head off, they're in his office, and he just has that giant bowl of like, they call it ice, but it's crack.
It's crack.
Yeah. A giant bowl of crack on his desk.
At one point, they say that the girl who just was beheaded was full of methamphetamines. So, like, I don't think they have their drugs, like, straight, you know? Like,
Yeah.
Is it supposed to be meth? Is meth ice?
I think so, yeah. I not that I know
But
much
she's
about
smoking out of a crack pipe, isn't she?
Yeah.
You know, at the party. She's, like, smoking out of a crack pipe like people drink out of wine glasses.
Well, you get the flavor of the crack and the meth, you know? Like, you know, it kind of spices it up a little bit, yeah.
Tia Carrere, like, walks up to her and she was like, I thought you stopped doing that stuff. Like, she's smoking cigarettes, you know?
It's like when you go to, like, one of those fancy Italian places and, like, they serve you, like, the pasta in the cheese wheel, so like it takes the flavor on.
And they light your crack pipe.
Exactly. Yeah, it's fancy, you know.
Yeah.
The crack mill, like
Would you like some crack with your pasta, sir?
Fresh milled crack, sir.
Yeah.
Say when. Oh yeah, but back to this dude, Carrie, that dude, Tagawa. That's it. Sorry, he was in the Lost in Space. Was it the newest one? Yeah, the Netflix version. He was in 5 episodes of that. 2 episodes of Star Wars Rebels. That was a pretty good cartoon.
He's in License to Kill, the James Bond movie.
That's right. Yeah. Kubo and the Two Strings. That was a pretty good movie.
There's ladies sumo wrestling now. Oh, and here's the naked ladies eating sushi.
Oh yeah, the sushi.
Go ahead.
So I love that we have the closed captioning on. It's the lyrics to the song.
Yeah. I gotta say though, Brandon Lee does have a really great line in the movie, which is, and when we're done, I want to go eat fish off those naked chicks.
Yeah.
That's a great line.
That is a line like I have been repeating like incorrectly most of the time since the 90s. He was in a couple episodes of Heroes. That was back in 2007.
He's a journeyman.
Yeah, he's Elektra. That movie was fucking terrible. Yeah, there you go. Krull was his name in Planet of the Apes.
Krull?
He was not in Krull. How about that?
What irony.
Yeah.
Pearl Harbor.
Also, not a great movie.
Oh, yeah.
He was in John Carpenter's Vampires. We're still only like in the late 90s. We've been scrolling like most of this time. Thunder in Paradise. There was that Hulk Hogan, I think it was a series of movies and a TV show.
Oh, wow. They did the Marvel treatment for Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. The HCU, the Hogan Cinematic Universe.
When's Disney going to buy that up?
Actually came in the Marvel deal, so they don't talk about it.
He'll be at the end of the next Guardians of the Galaxy movie and then the credits.
Oh, yeah. Hulkster got cut out of Endgame.
Hey, brother.
Yeah, there we go. License to Kill. His name's Quang. He was in the 80s Superboy TV show also.
Oh, I remember him on Miami Vice.
Miami Vice, 2 episodes.
2 different episodes, 2 different people.
He was in The Last Emperor. I might have to close that door because that dog's not going to shut the hell up. His first role, Big Trouble in Little China.
Huh.
Yeah. How about that?
He exists at the nexus of the universe. He's in both Big Trouble in Little China and Showdown in Little Tokyo.
Yeah, holy shit.
Show's over. See ya. Mind blown.
Turn off the lights. We're done. Mic's off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Say good night, Carrie. Good night. Good night. Wouldn't it be great if you talked like Cary Grant?
Good night, darling.
Darling, oh, you look fabulous because you are fabulous.
All right, I'm going to do a quick be right back so I can shut the door and cut Donner out of this conversation.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be right back, folks.
after a guy got hit in a cool way. He does a lot of that shit in this movie.
Oh, sorry. Say that again. We just came back on.
Yeah, we just missed Brandon Lee saying "yeah" when a guy got punched by Dolph. And there's a lot of that bro stuff in this movie.
Yeah, we're at 24 minutes right now on this movie. 24 minutes, 25 seconds.
There's Al Lung.
Oh yeah, the most famous henchman in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, he cut his locks in this one, so he's not as familiar. He's got kind of a Phil Collins thing going on there, but there he is. They're in some sort of tiki bar, but
we're reusing this as a Mayan temple at 4 o'clock. So hurry up, guys.
Could be a Frank Lloyd Wright house, though.
That is true, yeah.
He did have a lot of Mayan temple houses, you know? For real, though, too.
Yeah, oh yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, because like there's that one that's always in movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gathering of the henchmen here.
They all went to JW on their day off. Got suits.
I also just realized that heater is off, so it's going to get super fucking cold in here.
I'm pretty warm right now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they keep showing this flashback to when he was a kid.
Like, oh, by the way, even though you thought it was a buddy cop movie, it's also got, like, elements of old kung fu movies.
Yeah.
Where the hero was killed by, the parents were killed by the samurai.
He's avenging his father.
Yeah, it's the samurai western.
His scar also like changes shape a couple of times during the movie. You can tell. Yeah. Like the makeup appliance was different on different days.
Well, this was a low budget picture, you know.
Yeah. This was just we said the fight scene in the Mayan club or whatever, Aztec or.
I mean, there's the stripper pants. Wouldn't this make more sense with Brandon Lee's character? You know?
Yeah.
Him having the parent who was killed by this guy?
Yeah, that would make a whole lot more sense.
Right?
Yeah, like, even, like, Dolph Lundgren's character would fit, like, because he even says, like, Dolph Lundgren asks him, like, well, how do you know, like, martial arts? He's like, oh, well, like, my mom wanted me to get into it. Like,
trained since I was 4.
Yeah, like, that would make sense if he was asking Dolph Lundgren that question.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like, why was this Yakuza guy doing business with these Swedes? You know?
This is also, like, another stereotypical, like, scene in, like, like, a lot of, like, 80s and 90s, like, action cop movies. Like, don't do it, man. Like,
yeah, where the cop can't resist wanting to kill the guy.
Yeah, just let me do it, man.
Yeah.
No, he's not worth it, man. He's not worth it.
There is a scene in National Lampoon's Loaded Weapon that does this, where the gun is shaking in the bad guy's face, I think Dolph and Brandon could have a chin off, like who has the bigger caveman chin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the way they do like those muscle competitions.
Hey, I was gonna say before, like Brandon Lee does look like a kind of like a poor man's like Bruce Campbell. Like,
oh, wow, I can see that. Holy
right?
shit.
He looks a lot like him. Like a younger Bruce Campbell.
I felt like they were kind of going for like a Keanu thing in this movie. Like they wanted him to be like Keanu.
Yeah, I could see that.
California guy,
Hey, like, I'm hip, I'm cool.
Yeah, like he's not so Asian as to offend white audiences, but,
Middle America still likes him,
Yeah. Yeah, Middle America's still confused about what you are. The people that care about that shit,
Yeah. This movie is so over the top in so many ways, but still so enjoyable.
Yeah. When Brandon Lee says to Dolph, he says, come on, man, let me in. I like you. He's like, are you guys going to be going out? That's cool.
If that's who you are, like, live your truth, guys.
And they try to put forth this thing where they hate each other and they're always insulting each other, but that doesn't really come across. They really come across like they really, really are into each other.
Yeah. Yeah, like the tension, will they, won't they? Like...
Right. Like right off from, there he is. He says it, I like you. I want you to meet my mom.
It's like that scene in Anchorman 2, like, I want to move to Vermont. Open a bed and breakfast.
I'm Mr. Smell.
Yeah.
Mr. Musk.
Oh, man. He wore the tattoo of the Iron Claw.
Struck him in the face with his own sword.
Man, what else is there to say about this movie?
Excuse me.
Again, despite the absurdity, despite the not great acting in places, I enjoyed the fuck out of this movie.
Movie.
I was trying to watch it as I had stuff while I was doing stuff, have it on in the background, but I actually kept finding myself distracted from the stuff I was doing, getting sucked into the movie.
Tia definitely had a body double.
Oh yeah,
when she goes into the hot tub with Dolph,
yeah,
all of a sudden it's from the back, and the person has completely different hair.
That girl's a redhead.
Oh, Philip Tan, I love that guy. He's the thug who
Tanaka,
who gets killed at the boxing match at the towards the beginning. Or no, he gets killed in the car flattener.
Oh.
That guy's in a ton of stuff too.
Oh yeah. Oh, he did stunts in Inception. Minority Report, also stunts.
In Lethal Weapon 4, he gets chased all the way through Chinatown, and then they find out that he's the waiter, and he's the guy that they're like, "What are the specials?" And he's like, "Pork fried rice." You know?
Yeah. He was in Lethal Weapon.
Oh, that's
the TV series.
So awful.
That is an affront to God.
I tried giving it a chance.
Yeah.
I made it through maybe 10 minutes of the first episode.
I think I had the same experience. I'm like, you know what? I'm good.
It's like they went straight to Lethal Weapon 3 and 4 and tried to make those into a show. You know?
Yeah.
It's going to be wacky.
Let's get over the stuff that you're really, really going to like, that's really going to hook you, and just get into the declining stuff.
Yeah. Let's get rid of all the human drama and all that sort of shit. And the tragedy, you know?
He was in Training Day, the TV series.
Oh, okay.
Workaholics, Time Cop,
Kung Pao.
Straight to video sequel. Oh yeah, Kung Pao.
Yeah.
God, that movie's 22 years old. That
Also in
feels
Planet of the
disgusting. Yeah. Second ape teenager. Big Mama's House. This dude was in a ton of shit. Lethal Weapon 4. You mentioned that.
Guy.
Bloodsport 2.
Matters.
Played a gorilla in Congo.
Wow.
Sequest. Surf Ninjas.
Let's see if he's in big trouble in Little China.
Tango and Cash. Batman. The 89 Batman.
Oh, yeah, he's the guy in Tango and Cash that Kurt Russell puts the chair on his neck in the bathroom.
All right. He's also in Empire of the Sun. Or no, I'm confusing Last Emperor and Empire of the Sun.
Yeah.
Empire of the Sun's a really good movie.
It is.
I did not see that until maybe 10 years ago or so.
Yeah.
He's in that really trippy fucking Return to Oz movie.
Oh, yeah, that's a bizarre movie.
Temple of Doom. Greystoke. Legend of Tarzan from '84 with Christopher Lambert.
Yeah, primate. He must have some primate training or something.
Yeah.
Well, I get.
Ooh. Yeah. He was.
China.
Yeah. That was in a 1982 episode of Doctor Who. That was his credit. To be clear on that.
Maybe it's pronounced Chinaman.
There you go. Yeah.
You know?
Maybe he's Jewish. Yeah.
Yeah. Played Abraham Chinaman.
Sadly, he was not in Big Trouble in Little China.
He was in
the universe might have exploded if that happened.
I don't remember the name of it, but I saw him in a Cynthia Rothrock movie where he was the head bad guy. You know,
all right,
because in a B movie he's gonna have a bigger part. You know,
see, a lot of these people were probably in Cynthia Rothrock movies,
and he has a Cockney accent.
Yeah, does he?
Yeah, and I don't know if it's real, or not, because I know a lot of these guys, they have to put on that fake Asian accent when they make these movies.
Yeah,
you know, it's unfortunate, but the directors tell them to talk in a stereotypical way. But when you hear a lot of these guys talk, they're just like, "Hey, I'm from California," you know? And they don't sound like that.
Yeah, they sound like surfer dudes, kind of.
Yeah, and they sound like Brandon Lee.
It reminds me of that George Carlin joke, like that. You never see a big, tall, fat Chinese guy with red hair. Yeah.
Another staple of 80s movies, action movies, rated R action movies, is guys going into a strip club dressing room.
Yeah.
Chicks don't give a shit.
Yeah, just walking around oogling the girls.
Yep, and it's just like, I'm going to sit here with my tits out. Oh, here they are.
Look at
pardon
these
me.
Two. Yeah.
Like no one, I guess maybe that's where Trump got all those fantasies of walking into
around,
ladies.
Sitting in the White House watching Big Trial, Showdown in Little Tokyo.
and Tango and Cash. It happens in Tango and Cash. I mean, that's how they get the idea for them to swap clothes.
It means he'd be in our audience and, watch us instead of doing anything else that you're fucking doing.
And this scene, god damn it. All right, he's going to, he's going to abuse this lady in ways that are horrible, right?
Yeah.
But then, like so many fucking action movies of the time, 3 scenes later, she is begging for sex from someone else.
Yeah.
From Dolph. Like this person who was just
been through something extremely traumatizing.
Right. Like she's going to be thinking about that in any way.
I need to catch some dick right now.
Yeah, right? She doesn't even go to the hospital. Yeah. And she's already jumping into Dolph's dojo, That happens in so many fucking movies. Like, do the guys writing these movies, because back in the 80s it was a guy writing it, But or at least these movies anyway,
Yeah.
Like, do the guys writing it really, really think when they're writing it, that's what that chick's gonna want to do?
Yeah, this is pretty much all just male fantasy fulfillment. I mean, here we go with the second ritual suicide that they stumble upon. Oh, that's Dolph Lundgren just call. Oh, she's about to commit suicide.
Oh yeah.
I was looking at. Oh, the dude who directed this also directed
Commando.
He directed another Thursday Night Prime movie, Extreme Justice.
He also directed Class of 1999, which was another Thursday Night Prime movie.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Oh, right. So three
Mark
of
Lester,
them. Yeah. He directed Armed and Dangerous too. That's the Eugene Levy and John Candy.
Yeah. Commando though. That's I think his that and Firestarter.
Firestarter, Class of 1984. That's a trauma movie, isn't it?
It could be, but Class of 99 is a sequel to that.
Okay.
They're not the same premise really, but
no, I don't think this is a trauma movie.
Tom Holland.
He directed
Michael J. Fox.
Fright Night.
Yeah, Class of 99 has android teachers that come in to
oh, that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Enforce at a really tough inner city school.
Huh. Yeah, so he's directed some notable movies.
Firestarter is such a bizarre movie. I would do an entire episode on Firestarter.
I've never seen it.
Thursday Night Prime movie.
Yeah. We can explore the space, man.
It was directed on cocaine.
Oh yeah.
I've even read stuff about the rampant cocaine use on that movie set. George C. Scott plays a Native American hitman.
All right.
Who wants to kidnap a little girl and keep her for himself.
Huh.
Nothing weird about that.
Yeah.
He'll kill whoever they want him to kill, as long as he can keep that little girl.
Oh boy.
Yeah. But at the end of the movie, when Cocaine Barrymore goes ape shit, on the bad guys, who the government agents who want to harness her firepower literally, and use it against the commies or whatever. When she makes fire come out of her whatever being and go and kill dudes, these fireballs, these practical effects for fireballs are remember that. Amazing.
Yeah, they're the giant burning spheres of fire.
Yeah, it's like when you're watching Gladiator and they have the giant balls coming out of the catapults or something.
Yeah, I do remember that from when I was a kid.
So the movie really wasn't a Mark Lester movie, but the effects, you could see the the early the early influences that would then become Commando, which is that's like his magnum opus.
Yeah,
I mean, so I mean, you compare every action movie, compare it to Commando. Not every action movie, but every action movie where it's one man against an army.
Yeah, like one dude. Yeah, against like everything.
Right.
Like, from that we get to Die Hard. Like
Yeah. Even Rambo: First Blood Part 2.
Yeah.
Which was probably before Commando, maybe by a year or two.
Yeah. Well, no, that was like 84, I think.
84, 85.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, not that long
so they're
before.
being made at the same time.
Yeah.
The First Blood wasn't that movie at all. So it's not like you could say they ripped off Rambo, because even though he was against like a bunch of guys, it wasn't like he was trying to kill them all.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Commando. I mean, just him just mowing everybody down.
I haven't seen First Blood Part 2 in a very long time.
Yeah.
First Blood's been on a lot lately, like on AMC and stuff.
Yeah, it's just so much senseless killing, hiding in mud. It's just showing you cool ways to kill people.
Yeah, he explodes a dude with an arrow.
Like, yeah, it's killing porn. Yeah, remember all that PTSD that we established in the first movie that John Rambo had?
He's over it.
Yeah, forget
He's
about
fine.
That. Yeah. Breaking some rocks.
Yeah.
Cured him. He's breaking rocks in the desert.
It's all good.
The big hammer.
Gets it all. He just breaks it out with the rocks, man.
Breaks it all out. This is when Yakuza David Bowie gives his finger to Carrie, and Carrie is not satisfied.
Yeah.
They all are wearing thin white Duke suits in the scene.
Like that's the actual like gimmick of their gang. They just dress like Bowie in different different eras. Like,
as soon as Carrie leaves the room, they all go, "Let's dance," and they pose at the same time, and they're so impressed with themselves.
A couple of Ziggy Stardusts in the background, like.
They're still in the Mayan room.
Yeah, I want to say that's all. Isn't like the ooh, pardon me. No, that's not the apartment in Predator 2 where they find the dudes hanging.
Yeah, I always got a Frank Lloyd Wright vibe from that room too.
Yeah.
Because it looks like there's, like the bricks are, instead of being, like a rectangular shape, it's like a cube.
Yeah.
Like they just stack them. Some sort of, twisted Minecraft scenario,
Minecraft?
Yeah. Is that how it says it in the game?
That's how they say it in Germany.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Craft with a K, I'm betting.
Yeah.
Like that was Kraftwerk's rival German techno band, Minecraft. And they were left by the wayside when Kraftwerk, became the top band. Doing 80s German synth band jokes, really modern stuff.
What did Klaus Nomi say when he crossed the road?
Did you see the new trailer for Conan's show?
No. I know he had a new show coming out.
Yeah, it's going to be on Max. Conan, like, it's him going traveling and stuff.
All right.
And Werner Herzog narrates it. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. He's doing that German voice made me think of it. You got to check it out. I got to say, 1991 Dolph, that is prime Dolph.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got a bird in those pants. He's got a bird that just won't quit. I'm telling you.
Again, quote unquote, you have the biggest dick I've ever seen on a man.
Yeah. His hair is at its blondest. His face is all shiny and like a Roman or a Greek statue. He's Frankensteinian, like you said.
This is also around the same time as like Rocky V, is it not?
Totally, yeah.
Yeah. Was that 85 also?
This isn't 85. Commando's 85. This is 91.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. That's what I'm thinking of.
Rocky IV was 84, 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was like Punisher era.
Yeah.
Dolph.
Oh, I remember renting that movie. Love. Yeah.
I love that.
I haven't seen that in a long time.
You know why I love it? Because at a time when no one believed in comic book movies.
Yeah.
They made that movie, and I really felt like that movie was for fucking me. You know? Because
Yeah.
nobody, like, it wasn't even a movie many people knew about.
Yeah.
You know, because it was straight to video and it was on late night, you know, on HBO and Cinemax and shit, you know? And unless you knew comics, you weren't even interested in it.
Yeah.
You know? And so, like, that was really when, like, comic book movies were more like the way comic books used to be, when it was like a pariah thing. It was an outsider thing, you know?
I'll still say it's the best Punisher movie.
No, Warzone is the best.
Oh, yeah.
Ray Stevenson. But it's still really good. I mean, we could argue point to point on that one, but
yeah.
But it's I think you know, they're good in different ways, you know.
I will say I do like the TV show version of the Punisher.
I really did enjoy the show. I do laugh though at John Bernthal's
You can't protect you, Rick.
every like that's how he shows intensity in that part, by going he's good though.
Yeah, Ace, we're gonna be supposedly playing the part again, so I'm hyped for that.
Yeah, you know, I liked him in the part, and I'll watch him again. You know, yeah, there's a lot of that. You know, we're watching a bunch of men in thonged diapers.
Yeah,
beat up our heroes.
I'm currently watching Shogun on fucking Hulu.
I've got friends who've been trying to get me to watch that.
It's really good.
Yeah.
It's really, really good. But you know, they keep like saying how, like, you know, oh, you know, we're the height of culture, like we're the height, you know, of everything, and like you never invented underwear.
Yeah.
Like, really, like you just wearing diapers, like rolled up fucking diapers.
Taking baths with a bunch of dudes at the same time.
Yeah.
Haven't figured out something better than that.
Height of civilization, my ass.
Whee. Yep. The guy who just got knocked down in the back was the guy from the interrogation room, but he now has a mustache. He is in a few scenes, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Andrew McCarthy. It was Andrew McCarthy.
Let's see. We are in the bathhouse fight scene at 46 minutes and 32 seconds into the movie.
When they were making the movie, the writer was like, all right, halfway through the movie, we're going to have a really steamy scene in a bathhouse. And they were like, oh, yeah. And he was like, wait. They're going to kill a bunch of people in there. Oh, damn.
And I mean steamy, like as in literally steamy.
Yeah.
It's nothing sexy.
It's not a ladies' bathhouse. It's not like one of those ones at the beginning of Red Heat where it's co-ed, you know, where there's sexy ladies and big Russian men with beards coexisting nakedly and no one is making a big deal about it.
Yeah, it's just fine. It's cool.
Like the locker rooms of any Paul Verhoeven movie where people coexist nakedly. And
it's a future,
cool. Yeah.
Militaristic society. Everyone's just going to be naked together.
Male aggression is completely erased. Even though they're in a crime-ridden fucking future, for some reason, male aggression towards naked women,
it's gone.
It's gone. Yeah. You know? Like, I don't trust men on a whole, like as a whole, enough to make locker rooms that way.
I also just realized I never changed the title of the streaming episode, so it still says we're talking about
the last movie.
Martin. Yeah, we talked about Martin last week.
Oh, Martin.
Yeah, go check out our episode on Martin from last week.
Martin Riggs. My beard's looking really silver under this light.
Yeah, the light is not kind to the ravages of age.
What are you saying?
Yeah.
I thought men with beards are distinguished, and women with beards are
damn hot.
Yeah. You ever done it with a bearded lady before? I can't say that I have there, bearded broad.
Let's see.
Oh, he's about to sneak up. Oh, he just did it. Frankenstein on his tiptoes.
Clomp, clomp,
Yep.
clomp.
So this is one of his apartments, was that giant loft, okay, in L.A., and he also has a dojo in the wilderness of L.A.
Yeah, the countryside of L.A.
Yeah. With paper doors and windows that...
On a lake.
On a lake, right. That there's no way you'd be able to lock. Because, again, paper doors and windows.
Yeah.
But it's full of guns and knives and crossbows and swords and shit.
Yeah.
That is really irresponsible. Like if they ask like the parents in like Japan, like if they lock up their gun.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's in our safe. But the safe's made out of paper, you know? That's the question. Are safes in Japan made out of paper?
I think everybody who walks in there is just like, we get it. You lived in Japan.
Yeah, we get it, dude. He's like that character on Seinfeld who, you're not Chinese.
Yeah, Donna Chang.
Yeah. Yep, he can't have beds with frames. He can't have chairs. You got to sit on the floor in front of a table that doesn't have a table.
Yeah. It's a table structure without like an actual table
some
surface.
sort of grill-like surface
Yeah.
that you can't put a drink on.
I'll make some fondue for you guys. Come on.
Yeah.
3 rooms, 3 futons.
And this bro doesn't know what a futon is. How is that?
Yeah, they really would have been perfect if they switched the roles. Like,
Yeah.
now that you mention that, like, I can't stop thinking about that.
Dolph's tampon string is hanging out of the
Yeah.
pool there. He pulls his gun on everyone who comes near him.
And where did he pull it from? He's naked in a hot tub.
With a little gun table there.
Yeah.
I don't know
gun
how
towel.
he even fits in that thing. That thing must go 6 feet into the ground. See, she is thirsting for his cock already.
She's just seen like one of her friends get murdered. Like, you know,
Her
she's
friend
been...
beheaded while being raped.
Yeah.
Oh, I shouldn't say that word. Okay, because doesn't that word get
Probably. I don't
flagged?
know.
I know it does on YouTube.
Yeah. Who knows? We'll see.
Well, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, not whatever, but I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, so like, after being horribly abused by that guy.
Yeah.
While watching the video of her friend being beheaded. And then trying to commit ritual suicide. Later on that night.
Yeah. You know what?
You see Dolph get into the hot tub and there's just... He does a thing to people, you know?
He's, intoxicating.
It's not just women. He does it to Brandon as well. You know?
It's the microbiology degree that really like pulls people in.
Yeah, it's the Rhodes Scholar.
Yeah.
He wears, like a whole sash of Girl Scout badges,
He really does have like a microbiology degree or something like that, right?
Oh, yeah, he's a serious, like, smart dude.
Yeah.
Like chemical engineering or something.
That's it. I think that's it. Yeah.
Totally dry from the hot tub they were just in. Neither one of them have wet hair.
Well, there's probably a blow dryer. I mean, look at those hairdos. You know? It's the one like American thing he has in the house.
Yeah, right. His hair is remoussed too. Sleeping in a brightly lit room. Well, you gotta have your muscles properly lit when you're sleeping.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. You don't want to let that go to waste.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the sex scene. The fucking music is just out of this world.
And the faces she makes, oh my God. Between the faces he doesn't make and the faces she makes, it's like she's compensating for his lack of expression. And then after this, she breaks up with him and goes out with Wayne.
Yeah.
Same year.
Yeah.
Same
big year for her, really.
Yeah.
Crucial Taunt really like took off that year.
I mean, if I was Wayne, I would have been jealous. You know?
It's a hard act to follow.
Yeah.
Well, no pun intended.
I mean, he looks kind of bored here. You know? He smiles like the way you would smile like when a kid tells you a joke that's not funny. You know?
Like a pity smile. Like, oh, good for you.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, man.
Oh, did he drain that pool? It didn't look like there was any water in there.
He accidentally kicked a hole in the side when he was getting out. Like,
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Herman Munster going through the door.
Time to get out.
Yeah, even when he stands up there and you see his buns, he looks 9 feet tall. Was he listening to them bang? He was
How
just
could he
outside
not?
the door. Yeah,
Everything's made of
dressed.
fucking paper. Like, I can hear you guys, you know.
Oh, here
like,
it is. In caption.
I also had an idea when I was watching this. Like, it's probably not that expensive to get the like license to Big Trouble in Little China, or excuse me, Showdown in Little Tokyo.
Even you doing it now.
Yeah. Like somebody should like get like licenses for old action movies and like make video games for them. There it is.
You have the biggest dick I've ever seen on a man, he says.
Well, you've seen some impressive ones on women before in his life. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, like how cool would like a shooter, like an action, like fighting shooter, like with you know?
This would be so great.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Somebody should do that game.
And you shouldn't have to pay extra for the gi outfit at the end of the game either. You know,
it should
like
be yours.
bonus content. Don't give me that bonus content bullshit. All right, it should come with the game.
The thing I'm not a fan of now in games is like when you get the game, it sucks, and then like as you like you have to like play more of it to make it like better and playable.
Better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking hate that. Everybody's just carrying around that bandolier at some point in the past couple of scenes. She like Tia Carrera had it with her on the couch.
Well, the only thing women are good for is carrying bullets. You know,
ammo retrieval.
Yeah, in movies like this. I mean, you know. It says speaking Japanese in brackets.
Here it is again. Yeah.
That's going to be the name of my new wave record.
Speaking Japanese. Brackets.
Yep.
Oh
God.
I wonder whose like responsibility it was to go fill up the 2 gas canisters.
Yeah.
Before they got there. Like,
yeah, right. Yeah. And then schlep them all the way out into the forest.
Like one of those guys had to do that. Like,
yeah.
Oh fuck, I gotta hit the gas station before we go harass these people.
You really don't need gas to set a paper house on fire. I mean,
just hose it all down.
You could like rub a couple sticks together.
Yeah, just turn the garden hose on everything. Fucking. But yeah, like, did he like, you know, oh, I might as well grab a beer for like when we're afterwards when we're done.
Yeah.
He's getting the gas, you know, we're there already. Grab some fucking donuts for the guys, like.
You know, we haven't burned down a dojo in a long time, guys.
Yeah, really, like.
Yeah.
You know, I think we're just kind of drifting apart. It's sad.
I want to know where they got these grates for electrocuting people. You know, because they're very specific sizes.
Yeah.
Do they have them just for torturing?
You can get them at like Lowe's, like, you know, just get them in the electrocuting. I can't even say it. Get them in the electrocuting grate section.
Oh boy, this part. This is where they really bond with their broness and their slick muscles.
See how like he didn't have like that straight line in the scar before.
Maybe they filmed this scene first early on.
Yeah.
And then they realized how bad it looked. Or maybe the other one, you know, the director was like sober one day and he was like, "What the fuck has it looked like this the whole time?
What are we doing, guys?
Yeah, it looks like jizz." Why are you electrocuting them with acupuncture? Oh, whatever. That guy. Oh, my God, that guy.
Asian Anton LaVey.
He is in Samurai Cop, which is one of the greatest bad movies of all time. And he's one of the main villains in that.
All right.
Him and Robert Zadar. And this movie has many elements of Samurai Cop to it, I just want to say. Just the fact that it's about a white cop who... is steeped in rich history, as the Kodo ads say.
All right.
He's like all about Asian culture, you know, and
The samurai cop experience.
Yeah, and he's got to fight an Asian bad guy who's in L.A.
That is some super, super local reference right there for you. If you're listening to this and you don't live in the Albany, New York area, you are not going to get that joke.
Yeah, it's like all the 3M jokes they do on Mystery Science Theater, you know, like local Minnesota jokes. Oh, I love the fact that they just murdered a guy by electrocuting him for like 10 seconds on the very same thing that they've been being electrocuted on for like the last 10 minutes, and they're not dead
fine.
yet.
Yeah. Also, why do like all the gangsters drive like 50s or like hot rods? Like,
because it's a Boys in the Hood thing.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That guy's got a 70s cop car. He's like, you know.
Well, that's their cop car, and they're setting them up.
Okay, I gotcha.
They're setting them up for the shot where a tiny little forklift is supposed to lift that car up. That's not going to happen. I mean, they do it in the movie. Oh, my God. The fucking boots and socks.
These little wrestling shoes.
He looks like Rutger Hauer at the end of Blade Runner.
Yeah.
You know?
Attack ships off the shoulders of Orion.
Yeah. He's going to get all greased up and save a replicant off the roof in a little while. So now he has a little, like, vest on.
Yeah, where the fuck did he get that? Maybe he had it in the car.
It's a hooded sweatshirt with no sleeves, and it's unzipped down the front, so you can see his.
It's like
his
this is
pecs.
like boxers used to wear, like going into the ring, like back in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, smelly rags of clothing. You mean?
Yeah, those.
Yeah. There was speaking of Carlin, he had a thing about that. He was like, "Shut it down, Bruno. You smell like an anchovies cunt." I remember seeing kids wear those in gym class, where the whole thing was going down the bottom. It was like, no one wants to see that.
Yeah.
This was a big 80s thing, too, is putting a guy into a car and then put it into the flattener
in
a junkyard.
Oh, yeah, and a conveyor belt into some kind of grinding mechanism.
Yeah, you know, it was in The Rookie. There's a variation of it in Nothing But Trouble.
Nothing But Trouble, yeah. I was just going to say that. Isn't there a James Bond with a car crusher? That's GoldenEye, though, isn't that GoldenEye? Goldfinger.
It's probably in more than one Bond one.
It's in Top Secret.
Yeah, that's right. They put it make it into a little cube. I think it's in a Bronson movie or two.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It was a little vest. Those giant comical.
Yeah, spinning gears.
Spinning gears with all the teeth on them. I love it.
Shredding cars like it's a piece of paper.
Yeah, it turns cars into steakums.
We should point out this movie is almost over. We're an hour and 2 minutes into it.
Out of the frying pan and boned up the ass with a red hot poker. He says right before that that's in a Japanese expression too.
I don't think it is.
No?
Pretty sure it's not.
You don't think so?
I'm pretty sure somebody came up with that in a writer's room at like 2 in the morning. Fucking
when they were waiting for the Coke to show up.
Yeah, like fucking I don't know. It's a Japanese proverb.
Yeah. I mean, really, he looks like a Bugle Boys ad.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole movie, Brandon. You know.
Looks like an ad for the Aryan. Oh, I thought you were talking about fucking Dolph Lundgren.
No, not Dolph.
It looks like an ad for the Aryan race.
Yeah, Dolph does, but I'm talking about Brandon with like his jeans and his t-shirts tucked into his jeans.
Yeah.
You know. Oh, I love this too. That Tia has been kidnapped again.
Yeah.
And rather than just going to get her, he's got to go home to work out.
Practice some karate.
He's got to get his pump on.
My coach is going to be so mad if I don't practice today.
If I don't practice.
Yeah.
He's got to get his pump on, do a slow-mo kick, put on his gi.
His fancy gi. His show enough outfit.
In his weird, silk stockings lighted apartment. And what is it with every action movie that has this scene where the main bad guy is like appealing to all the gangs that he's going to now be their new supplier? That's in so many movies. There's always like 5 or 6 different stereotypes.
Yeah.
The groups of stereotypes, in the room together.
Yeah. There was another action movie trope that we forgot to point out earlier too. That's like one of like the biggest ones is where he kills his own. We did mention it. Where he kills his own henchman, like to prove how fucking serious he is.
Yeah.
He cuts the one dude's fingers off, then stabs him.
Well, he also killed Philip Tan, the guy we looked up because he puts him in the car crusher.
Yeah,
he was one of his guys too.
Yeah. He just looks fucking ridiculous with that goddamn shit.
I mean,
on.
he looks like the Karate Kid, right? but 10 feet tall.
And there's a scene coming up where like it's fucking Dolph Lundgren and then the bad guy Cary Tagawa, where they're just walking through a parade full of people.
Oh yeah, sword fighting.
Yeah, well, one of them has a handgun. Dolph Lundgren has like a machine gun. Like,
yeah,
nobody says anything. Nobody's running in panic. Like,
even after he stabs Cary through the body with his sword and then hurls him onto a spinning wheel of fireworks.
Yeah, like a magician's wheel. Like,
Brandon Lee again goes, yeah,
the thing they throw fucking like knives at.
Yeah,
and then it explodes. Why would it explode?
It explodes because it's triggered to go off when you impale
when you impale your assistant, it destroys the evidence.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's nuts. And all the people just walk away after that.
Yeah,
no one attempts to help.
They're
him.
all just like standing there, like, oh, yeah.
They don't know who either of those people are. You know, Dolph Lundgren could be the Nazi that he looks like.
Yeah,
you know,
he could have fucking. The other guy could have been a cop. He could have been,
right.
Could have worked for the church. Just been like some guy.
Yeah,
But
they watch him get impaled. Maybe because he has the tattoos of the Yakuza.
Yeah,
you know. But everyone in this movie, except for the two cops, has fucking sleeves. And even now, like, how would you even be able to tell people apart from the Yakuza now?
Yeah, they all look the same.
Every person, not even Japanese, every goddamn white guy in America has a fucking sleeve of tattoos.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like it's like if people in another country started getting tattoos of teardrops and it didn't mean that they were murderers, you know?
They just thought it was cool.
They just thought it was cool, you know?
Oh man, yeah. This is the shootout at the end of the movie in the factory.
Shootout at the brewery.
We forgot to point out the useless fucking conveyor belt.
Oh, the conveyor belt of crack.
Yeah.
Well, I did happen to see Cary open up a bottle of beer and dump out a bunch of crack.
Yeah. Bottle of crack, anyone? Bottle of crack. I love like 4 or 5 times in this movie they just like basically dodge bullets. Like people start shooting, they just go, "Ugh."
Yep, go around the corner and then turn back out and shoot him back. And the person always waits to be shot.
The exploding vats of beer are coming up.
Mm-hmm. You are under. I don't understand why he looks at the gun when the guy throws it away,
or why he gets that close to him.
Yeah.
I noticed this also. Like I've noticed this before. Like for being like the son of like arguably one of the greatest like martial arts like entertainers like to ever live. Like his fighting isn't all that like extraordinary,
No.
It's just kind of like running. He looks like a bar fighter almost, like a brawler. Like he really doesn't do anything all that crazy.
One thing I like to point out is in any movie when they're fighting in some sort of industrial area, someone will just invariably reach down and find a bar.
Yeah.
He just pulled a bar off of the rail.
They each did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as someone who used to work in construction, you can't just leave shit like that around. You know, everything is inspected and accounted for. You're not just leaving bars places. You know?
You're not tearing a railing off. Like, it's on there.
Right. Shit's like anchored into bricks, cement. This guy's like
he wearing like Keds?
He's like the Asian Bob Hoskins.
Yeah.
Although he does look like he's going to his first communion in that suit.
Yeah. His aunt's gonna give him $100 afterwards. Looks like he's wearing like Keds or like shitty like pony shoes or something. Like
I could see Bobby Lee dressing that way.
Yeah. Yeah. Like,
there we go.
Yeah.
He's starting his quipping early.
It's like he's trying to like mimic his dad's movement a little bit, like
doing that little
the arm thing.
Yeah. I feel like that was more of a Van Damme thing, though.
That big spin kick.
To do the spin kick.
Yeah.
Oh. Shitty quip.
How dainty he's holding that Zippo.
I know the way he lit it. I don't understand why that would explode if it's not even pressurized. It was just open.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, exactly. It's not high alcohol content. It's not fucking pressurized.
Yeah. Should I be turned on by that?
Yeah. Just hypothetically, yeah.
I'm turned on by women who are tied up to gas pumps. I'm sorry. It's a thing.
Well, braless and a wife beater. It really just, you know.
A shirt, please. A shirt.
Oh, sorry.
Just as long as you die. Don't get my gi.
He's untying her with one hand and firing a fucking rifle with the other.
Well, you can't not kill,
Yeah.
you know? Standard action movie. Barrels full of fuel and shit.
Get away from all this beer.
Yeah, that's right there in the beer. Wait, that's the crack. No. Kenner, it's not over yet. That's right, because in part 2, we'll have more action figures.
Not if Tommy has anything to say about it. That's a deep cut from the 80s right there.
Toby.
Toy Biz, that's 90s X-Men figures.
Yeah. Hopefully they'll be getting in on the X-Men 97 train.
Oh, those shits are out already, the figures for that.
No, I know. I'm just, I saw a fucking like jacket for it in the mall today.
Doesn't surprise me. I will say the first 2 episodes were really good.
Oh, are they out already?
Yeah, it came out yesterday.
Oh, nice. I just got my daughter into the old one a couple months ago. She really liked it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Was it yesterday? It was this week, whenever it came out.
I knew that it was like, it was very like either, yesterday or tomorrow. I knew it was soon like that way,
So he gets shot in the fucking heart and then just gets up and fights.
Yeah, I want to know something. Like, why is a bullet going through your body like indicative of it not being a bad wound?
Yeah.
In all action movies, they'll just say,
It went straight through.
It went straight through, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Dude,
it went straight through your fucking heart. Yeah.
You have 2 holes in your body now instead of 1. Yeah, that is very low. That is definitely a heart valve wound.
Yeah.
It's
at least like through the aorta or something. It's like right there,
Yeah. There's nothing simple about that, That's a fucking dangerous wound.
Yeah.
That was like the wound that Rowdy got in Hard Ticket to Hawaii. That he went to
Callback.
that he went to the emergency room for while his friend waited outside. That's how serious it was.
Just hung out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, here's the part you were talking about before. All the bystanders. They're just like, oh yeah, this is cool.
You guys are just slicing each other up.
The swordsman who just hung around until they took their swords.
Again, he was just shot through the chest.
Yeah.
And is now participating in a sword fight about 30 seconds later.
In front of Boss Hogg's Cadillac. Right there.
We also forgot to mention that he overturned a car with his own bare hands.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's a Kenner action figure.
Yeah.
He's got shiny muscles, big blonde hair.
A bod that just won't quit.
lots of extra accessories.
Yeah.
You know, like all action figures.
Different outfits,
Different outfits, yeah. Like if you got his dojo outfit, you were lucky because those ones were hard to come by.
He needs a vehicle.
You know?
It's the only thing that's missing. Like a
well,
vehicle.
his classic car, or whatever the fuck he was driving. He was driving some sort of...
Oh, yeah, that big boxy, like, cop car.
Yeah, he had some sort of convertible, didn't he? Or it was a cop car?
Yeah.
Oh, the convertible is what he tipped over. Oh,
yeah.
He should come with
no,
the
he tipped over. It looked like the General Lee when he tipped over.
He should come with the car that he tips over.
Yeah.
It's a car
you
tipping.
push a button, like the arms flip it up. Yeah.
It's Dolph with car tipping action, you know?
So he's on the knife thrower's wheel.
So yeah, if you put the Dolph's action figure like on this little base, and then you put the car on it, it'll click down into place.
Yeah.
And when you push the button on his back, his arms will jack up and the car flips over. Yeah. God, that death is so over the top. And I love how the PA had to throw a piece of paper at Dolph for that shot. You know?
Threw a fistful of Monopoly money at him.
Just pretend like you're dodging an explosion here. Nice slicing and does. Yep. See, he's happy.
He's gawking at him like he's in love.
Yep. Look at that guy. He's still on fire. And all these people are like, yeah, that was interesting, but I think we're going to go check out the thing down the street now.
Yeah. There's a food cart vendor right over there. It looks really good.
Bow to that guy so he doesn't do to you what he just did to that other guy. He ruined our float. The float that had nothing to do with a parade, apparently.
Yeah,
There's
it was just
no other floats.
Just happened to be driving down the street at the time, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, those teenagers like to get in floats and just tear ass around town.
Terrorize towns. I think that's how every Bruce Lee movie started.
Yeah.
There was a bunch of teenagers
on
with
a float.
Yeah. Trying to strong arm the local restaurant owner, you know.
Goddamn menace, I tell you.
Yeah.
All right, that is the end of Showdown in Little Tokyo. You know how hard it was to not say Big Trouble in Little China right there?
Simon Rhee, isn't he in he's in Best of the Best.
I think he is. Isn't he the other guy? Is it not? Is it Tommy? No, Tommy is fucking
It's Philip Rhee. Simon Rhee is the head of the Korean team, and he's the guy who actually like shows respect at the end. I think he's got an eye patch, doesn't he?
Daehan, I think his name is.
Daehan. He's my favorite young actor, Daehan. What's that jerk's name?
Dane Daehan.
Dane Daehan.
Here we go, Simon Rhee.
He's one of those guys that just looks like he has a genetic disorder that just makes you look like Dane DeHaan. You have DeHaan syndrome. Like, what does it do? It makes you look like that guy. I don't know. There's nothing else I can tell you. Is that you look like that guy.
Sorry.
You look like a disinterested pretty boy in a movie.
He was in Rush Hour, the TV series.
TV series? I never knew that was such a thing.
Yeah, I think it was on TNT. Straight out of Compton.
What are we looking at here?
Simon Rhee.
Oh, Simon Rhee, yeah.
Is that fucking one with Chris Hemsworth?
That was a good flick.
It is not that one.
Not.
Those, yeah, the two of them are pretty good.
Yeah.
Where are we? Here we go.
You got to go down to 90 if you want to see Best of the Best. 80, like
oh yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. Dark Knight Rises. He's in.
Eastbound and Down.
Eastbound and Sensei. Art of
Thunder.
War 3. Reno 911. Rush Hour 3. Mission Impossible 3. Entourage.
I think I follow him on Instagram. I'm pretty sure he does stunts in like just about everything, you know.
Yeah, he's in like 200 and something movies. He has 200 and something credits for
The
stunts.
Substitute Failure is not an option. That's one of the Treat Williams sequels.
All right.
I love the Treat Williams sequels to The Substitute. And I like The Substitute, the first one.
He's also in Kung Pao. He's in 4 episodes of Walker, Texas Ranger.
Oh, boy.
Blade. Lethal Weapon 4 again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's in Spawn.
The Glimmer Man.
The Steven Seagal classic.
Yeah.
Oh, we should do a Seagal. Oh, he didn't do any Thursday Night Prime movies though. We don't have to, stick to that format. I could do a Seagal movie.
Marked for Death.
Oh, Was he in that, or are you just recommending it?
No. I'm just recommending that one.
Yeah.
Because that's like the most out there Seagal movie.
All right, let's do that.
Because it's voodoo.
You heard the next movie, folks. Yeah.
Like he doesn't tackle voodoo in any of the other ones.
My favorite though is when he kicks ass for the environment.
Yeah.
I am fucking hyped now to watch Marked for Death for the next episode.
Got Keith David.
Isn't David Keith in Firestarter for bringing things around full circle?
And he is coked up the entire movie too.
Well, I think everybody is in that movie.
But it's like, when you see in an interview with an actor and you go, is he on coke? I felt that way throughout the entire movie with him.
I was telling somebody the other day about the actor that you and I interviewed, and we're like, is that guy fucking on something? Yeah. Yep.
It's just part of that world,
Yeah. But yeah, no, that's it for Showdown in Little Tokyo. Again, solid action movie. Yeah,
I recommend it.
Really, has a lot of the stereotypical tropes from the action movies of this time in it. Like we said, killing his own henchmen, parties just full of naked women, people just manufacturing drugs in a giant facility.
Detective Nelson, that's the cop that I said, who I thought made this movie exist in the same world as Hard to Kill.
Okay, yeah.
He's the dad of that red-haired chick from all those 80s movies, Robin Lively. Remember her? Teen Witch?
This Blake Lively's sister.
Yeah.
He's Blake Lively's dad.
So he's Deadpool's father-in-law?
Yeah. All right. Ernie Lively, yeah. Huh, that's crazy.
It's like an old-timey expression, like your grandpa would say. He's a real Ernie Lively.
Yeah, that one's a real Ernie Lively. Keep your eyes on him.
Yep.
But yeah, this is probably a good place to wrap it up. This has been episode 3 of the Defenestration Hour. Coming at you every other Friday night. I think I will start, if you haven't seen the other shows, I'm going to start releasing the audio episodes, I think, coming this week. So we'll have an audio episode release on the weeks when we're not on, the Friday nights that we're not on. If you stop by, thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it. And see you in 2 weeks, probably.
Later.
I'm like, I have buttons. I can get us out of here. I don't know what I'm doing. There we go. Nope. We're going to end this show, folks. There it is.